Hello, my beautiful friend. Welcome back to the Meant to Bloom podcast. This is the podcast where we talk about real life motherhood struggles, balancing mental health, sanity, and simplicity. And we talk about simple steps to a brighter, more abundant life in mind. I'm here to walk with you on this journey to the life you're meant to be living, full of peace, love, and joy. I'm your host, Brittany Clarkson, and I am so glad you're here. Um, I'm really glad. I'm happy. I'm so happy today. I feel like I had forgotten to put on my glasses for the last month, and now I find like I've been walking around in this blur, and this wasn't terrible. It was just kind of bleh, a little bit of plain and boring. Very unmotivated and just unable to really focus in on a task, limited creativity. I was in a depressive episode, but it was not accompanied by sadness and feelings of worthlessness because my mindset was just so spot on the whole time. And I did a really great job at fighting back about with those like negative thoughts that tried to come in and tell me like, oh, you didn't do anything today. It makes you worthless. Because I just have this really great understanding of my productivity does not define my value and my worth. And so constantly having those reminders and just really focusing on keeping my mindset elevated through the depressive episode kept it from being like just sad and worthlessness and just wallowing in pity and shame and guilt and all of that. So it was really interesting to go through a depressive episode that didn't have sadness as part of it. It was just very unmotivated. But I feel like that was just walking through this blur. And I feel like today, um, in the last couple days, I kind of felt the sun breaking through the clouds metaphorically. And today it was actually sunny. And I had to go out and do stuff, run a few errands and things, and it felt really good. Also yesterday, if you were on my Instagram, you saw I took an everything shower. I mean, you didn't see me take a shower, but you saw me post about the shower. The best way to come out of a depressive episode to me to just like cut the cord and be done with it. Like it was like a goodbye, we're done. It's in the past now. I took an everything shower and then I cut my hair at home because your hair holds memory. And like I needed that new haircut. Plus, my hair was like very much split ends because I spent the last like 2 to 3 months in a permanent messy bun, mom bun. Just atrocity, honestly. It wasn't a nice messy bun. It wasn't a fashionable, trendy messy bun. It was like a literal mess of a bun. It wasn't cute. So I needed some maintenance and I just looked at some YouTube videos and did it myself. One little cut with one cut. That was it. Put it all in like the hairband in the front and then kind of sawed through it, honestly, with my husband's electric razor. Um, I'm mentally stable. I'm good. It feels good. It looks good, honestly. There's nothing wrong with it. A lot of times I get my hair cut professionally, spend, 25 to 45 bucks and end up crying about it because I hate it because it's not what I really wanted. Um, so I'm very pleased by it and very excited. And it's, kind of cutting that significance, it's the symbolism, the ritual of the cutting. So yeah, if you're going through a depressive episode and you decide like you get to the point where you can decide that you're done with it and it's time to put the pieces back together and it's time to get back into your rhythms and time to get back to life, uh hair cutting, go have a trim, even if it's just a little bit, get a little trim, do a deep mask if cutting it's not a thing, but honestly it's like your hair holds a lot and I don't know, my hair can kind of determine what kind of a day I'm gonna have, if it's gonna feel good or not. If it's been way too many days since washing my hair, like I'm not gonna have a great day. I'm not gonna feel great. I'm not gonna feel totally on. So that's a thing. And I know we all feel that even if we don't realize it and recognize it. Um, but I've very much been just tuning back into getting into rhythms, and I feel like I did a really great job of balancing life and like staying afloat throughout the depressive episode. Um, I spent way too much time on my phone and way too much time watching Hulu. I watched all of Pretty Little Liars in the last month, all 7 seasons of Pretty Little Liars. Um, yeah, and I finished the last episode yesterday morning and was like, well, that we're really done here. Like, I don't need to sit and watch TV. I'm not like that addiction. Um, I was able to just get up and get back to life, and it felt so good. Um, and so now when I sit down to watch Netflix, I'm trying or watch any to stream anything. I'm trying to make sure that I'm not distracting myself from feeling my feelings or doing the things that I really do need to do. Um, because yes, I'm not gonna just turn off the TV forever. But I'm also trying to watch movies and not get sucked into series right now. So that kind of limits the, it gives me 2 hours and then it's like, oh, done. I'm back to real world. So that's just a little tip there, I guess. I've been really kind of focusing on this, like this balancing of simplicity and sanity. Um, which is kind of getting back to the roots of like why I came here to start Mint to Bloom anyway, which was, really saving your sanity while maintaining your daily life. So I'm excited to kind of talk about that a little bit. I feel like there's not a lot to talk about there. I'm just being honest. This is where I'm at. This is how I'm doing. Um, I feel a little bit frazzle brained right now because there's so many things I want to say to you. And I honestly wish I could like reach through, um, to just reach through technology and give you a hug because I'm so happy you're here and I'm so happy you stuck with me through the last month of really digging into depression, education, and awareness and dealing with my own depression at the same time. Uh, I feel like we learned a lot. I feel like we covered a lot of ground, and I'm really excited for what's coming as we end out the year. We're going November, we're going December. Um, I know I'll be taking a little bit of a break around Christmas time, and I'm not sure exactly when I'm gonna jump back in. So, forewarning, there will be a pause in the show. So, if you're behind, because I've been putting out 2 to 3 episodes a week, if you are behind, and I know a ton of you are, I can tell by my statistics, um, uh, that a lot of you have not caught up. And it's fine. You're going to have some time to catch up towards the end of the year. I'm going to start kind of slowing down, putting out less episodes per week so you have more time. I'm going to try to remember to send out more emails so that you guys get that alert. But I feel like I'm in a really good place and I feel my creativity already starting. There's some things, some packages and stuff that I want to be able to put together for you guys. Which, as you've been listening, if you are caught up, if you've been getting the emails, if you've been listening to the podcast, I have the epic sale happening right now. Because Etsy is shutting down. I'm closing down my Etsy shop. That may or may not ever come back. I don't know. We'll see what that holds in the future, but I am letting every listing on there expire and they will all be expired by the end of the year. Most of them, I might just expire them, like just deactivate them all at the end of November, just so that everything is done and I can quit talking about it. But yes, there's I think 11 or 12 things left. Check those out. They're all 50 to 75% off. You can get some really great deals, really great resources for super duper cheap. I'm talking like less than there's things on there that are 25 cents right now. 25 cents. Um, there's some fun coloring pages. That's really great for anxiety and just stress relief. There's some really great Halloween ones and some really great Thanksgiving ones. So check those out before they are gone because I don't know if they're going to come back anywhere or when. Get them, have them. Uh, Super cheap. You don't need any promo codes. Just go to mentabloom.etsy.com. There they are. There's also a link in the description. Also, the Teachable store, I am shutting things down and kind of closing things up. And I'm not going to have all of my courses available all of the time moving forward, at least temporarily for now, indefinitely. I don't know. I might switch platforms. Kind of deciding because I'm coming up to the point where I need to renew and it's a lot of money. I need to step up to the next package to keep everything live at the same time. And it is a ton of money per year or per month. And I'm just not ready to commit to that. So I'm just going to close things down, go back to the free package where I can have one course available at a time. And that is what it is. If you get the course, you will have the course even when I'm not paying for the platform. If, as long as Teachable exists, you'll have your Teachable courses. So you can get in my signature courses, Love Your Home and Unblock Your Joy, are both only $33 right now. They were at one time priced $188 a piece. Got mad at the economy, got mad at inflation, decided to lower my prices to 99. It was 3 payments of $33 after that, and now I'm giving it to you for one simple payment of 33 bucks. It is a major steal, major amazing amazing resources to have. If you enjoy listening to me talk, watching me in these videos, and you want more help with your mindset, more help with how to show up in your home simply and saving your sanity, those are the things to have. Love Your Home, Unblock Your Joy. Get the whole Happy Mom method for way cheap. Um, Honestly, I can't remember what I marked that down to right now, but check it out. The link's in the bio, or not the bio, links in the description, in the show notes below. Um, the Happy Mom Method gives you both of those courses plus all of the downloads that are currently on Teachable. So it's a huge value. Was 400 bucks at one time, 399, and now it's way cheaper. I think it's like 79 bucks maybe. Honestly, now I feel like I feel like I did this before. I went and looked because I just needed to know to tell you, and now I forgot again what that price point is, but I feel like I really need to look. 79 bucks for 3 courses and 10 digital downloads. Um, that's the Happy Mom method. It's Unblock Your Joy, it's Love Your Home, and so much more. And it's 79 bucks and it gives you all of it forever. That gives you the Happy Mom Brain Workbook download. It gives you the Mindset Realign. It gives you the Simplified Holiday Planner. It gives you some planning printable journals. It gets you everything. And if you don't already have it, it would give you the Get Started Guide. The Get Started Guide is my free guide, and we're going to talk a little bit about that today, actually. So get that if you don't have it. And if you do have it, print it out, look at it, have it in front of you. You're going to need it today. The Get Started Guide, it is free. This is made up of my mindset makeover. It is made up of my stress less toolkit. It is made up of in the kitchen printable templates and resources as well. It is the Get Started Kit. If you feel overwhelmed, you don't know where to start, this is where to start. And today we're going to talk a little bit about how to use some of the things in there. Because in getting back to my daily routine and starting a new month, everything just feels like it's all happening at the same time. I'm starting a new planner because I got my 90-day planners that I use. The 90-day planning journal is something that I use regularly. I do not look at it every single day. I do not use it every single day. Throughout my depressive episode, there was tons of blank days, even on a regular time, like when I'm not in an episode and everything's going well. There will be days where I just don't use it because they're days I'm staying home and I don't need it. But I should use it every day, because using my affirmations and my gratitude, I should always be writing those somewhere. But sometimes I write them in my notebook and then I just don't look at my planner because, as long as I'm using them, as long as I'm, you know, tuning into the feelings of gratitude, and as long as I'm consistently using an affirmation in my life to battle the negative thinking and thoughts, then it's okay, right? But having it in your planner really helps you build the skill of using those things every day. So there's that, but we're starting November, and so I get to start a new planner, and that feels very exciting and very refreshing to me. And in that free download, the Get Started Guide, there is a 1-day planner, which is an amazing place to start, an amazing resource to have, because it is just the daily sheet for a planner, but it's just the 1 day. And so if you're not going to use it every day, if you get overwhelmed trying to look ahead, just do the printable. Print out a bunch of copies of those. Just take it 1 day at a time. Because some days you do want to use a planner and you do need to know everything that's going on, and some days you don't want to, and that's okay too. I'm all for leaving blank pages in your planner. It's not a waste. It's really not. What's a waste is to get discouraged and stop using your planner altogether because you skipped a day or a week or a month. That's why I make them undated, so that you can pick it back up whenever, just start anytime. And that's the beauty of it. So organizing your daily life on paper, use the daily planner to organize what you're going to do every day. And the beauty of it is that it's got space to write an affirmation. I mean, this is how you organize your mind, really. Like, you got to fill it with the good stuff so that the negative stuff doesn't take control and it doesn't take the driver's seat, you know? It's kind of like that experiment that they do. They've done a visual, it's got to come up on your reels or your YouTube shorts or something or your TikTok at some point. Um, where someone shows you like a glass of water and then they add like a spoonful of dirt to it. And it's like, this is the negative thoughts you have. You could spend all day trying to scoop it out, but you're not going to scoop it all out. The best way to get rid of it all is to fill yourself up with more good stuff. So that's what the affirmations are. That's what adding positivity to it is. Um, and gratitude, practicing gratitude every single day. That's why if you look at the 1 day printable planner, it's got a space for those every day. Um, and that's in my daily planning journal as well. It is so powerful. And I'm going to talk to you a lot more about that when the time comes. I'm probably later this week or something. We're getting into November, Thanksgiving, thankfulness, gratitude. We'll talk about it. We will. I got a lot to say. I can hear my kids screaming downstairs. I think it's going to be okay though. I'll pause if I gotta pause. It'll be fine. This is mother life. Mom life, motherhood. That's, yep, that's what's up. It's been a long day for me. Apologize if I am all over the place. I don't think I am, but I feel like I am. I think I needed a nap and I did not get a nap. And it's probably too late to drink a ton of coffee. Anyways, here we are, planning our days. You don't have to plan all of your day. Leave blank spaces. Seriously, leave a blank space. Um, because honestly, I like to go with the flow. But I do like to prioritize what needs to get done. And limiting yourself to 3 priorities is a really great thing to do. But how do you do that when you have a huge to-do list to do? Let me give you 2 hacks that I do for my to-do list right now. One is a priority matrix, which is inside the Get Started guide, and I'm going to walk you through exactly how to do that in just 1 second. So that you can choose your few priorities for the day and add those into your planning and just planning daily life, right? But the first thing I do right now, my favorite thing to do is to create like every weekend or on a Monday or something. If I'm going to have like 2 to 3 days where I'm at home most of the day, or, days where I have a lot of space and I can get a lot done, I will make a master to-do list with like 20 to 30 things on it. Which is usually like a big no-no. But here's what I do is I do not expect to do them in a day. I play a game where I try to see how much I can get done each day. And I do it kind of like a research plan too, where I want to see which day I'm more productive for planning in the future. And so I will give it to 3 or 4 days sometimes to get these things done. And I don't have to get all of them done. But I have this one list that I can look at and I'll turn to every time I feel like I don't know what to do or I get overwhelmed that there's so much to do. And I'll pick one thing. And once I'm done, I'll highlight it. And I use a different color each day that I'm looking at this list. And usually by the time I get down to the end of my list, which will have between 20 to 30 things, I'll have like 3 or 4 things left over. And I'll just carry those over to the next day. Or I'll decide I'm not going to do these. If I didn't do them in the last 3 days, I'm just not going to do them because they were not important. Because typically I'm going to do the most important things first because I built that skill to prioritize things correctly. And how I built that skill was using the priority matrix all of the time, right? So, priority matrix, these are amazing things to do. And if you download the Get Started guide, there's one in there for you. It's got a template already. Basically, you're dividing your paper into 4 different quadrants of based on urgency and importance. And I've talked about this on the podcast before, but it has been a while. So I'll give you a rundown. What you do is take your master to-do list, all of those things you think you need to do. You're not going to do more than 6 in a day. 3 is what most productivity professionals will tell you to focus on is 3, extra tasks or projects. 3 things that are not your normal daily to-dos, right? Um, so you kinda do wanna narrow it down to 3 a day, 6 tops. If you're trying to do more than 6, you're probably not gonna get them done just because time. And, if you're a mom and you have children that you have to be there for, um, yeah, it can be very difficult. Also take into account what day of the month it is for you. Some days you will be more productive than others, and don't let yourself feel guilty if you're less productive on a certain day because you are being reproductive in your organs. You got a lot going on. You're gonna be tired sometimes. It's fine. That's normal. That's how it's supposed to be. Don't fight it. Um, that's the beauty of tuning into intuition and your body and listening to what your body and soul actually want to be doing, instead of trying to fit into that box that someone else created for you. Um, anyways, the priority matrix, take that list, that master list of all the things you need to do a brain dump first. Brain dump it, get it all out on paper, everything you can think of that you might want to do. Because I think the worst thing we can do is not put it on paper and we just think about it obsessively over and over and over again. That takes a lot of energy, a lot of brain power. It's exhausting to try to not forget something or to keep thinking about something that we don't want to do or that we just can't get to yet. Put it on paper so that you don't have to think about it. Just let it go. But you take that master to-do list and every single item you decide, is it important or not important? Is it urgent or not urgent? And so you plot it onto your templates, onto your priority matrix, and you'll end up with items in 4 different categories. Okay. And so once you've done that and you've put them in their categories based on urgency and importance, you take the items that you have already determined are not important and are not urgent, and you delete them. Get rid of them. They don't need to be on your to-do list at all. They're not important. They're not urgent. Don't think about them. Just don't do them. Ignore them. Delete them. Gone. All right. And then you take the items that are important but not urgent. And now these are things that you can they are important, but they are not urgent. I like to put them on a Post-it note because I don't tend to delegate stuff because I don't really have someone to delegate a lot of things to. But the ones that are important but not urgent, they don't need to be done now. I will put them all on a Post-it note and put them next week in my planner so that, I'm not going to forget they need to be done, but I'm not going to worry about them this week. They will come up later, or even sometimes 2 weeks later, depending on how much I want to get done. And then you take the things that are not important but urgent. Oh, that's what we delegate, isn't it? Things that are not important but they're urgent, they need to get done, but not by you. Those are the things you usually want to try to delegate or automate, or save them for tomorrow. Save them for 3 days from now. They're not as important, but they're urgent. Find something to do with those. Get those done. They're your second tier to get done. Sorry, I can hear my kids again. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry I can hear my kids. Sorry for apologizing, for saying sorry. I'm not apologizing for my children making noise and being children. I'm not apologizing for being a mom who has children in her house who act like children. Talking to myself now. Talking to you. Okay, and then we're left with important and urgent. These are the only things you need to focus on right now. Put those in your planner for today and tomorrow, and that's it. That's how you use the priority matrix. You have just made your to-do list much, much smaller. All right, I'm gonna have to get going. My kids need me, and I am feeling like my brain is starting to power down for the night. I do want to leave you with, make sure that you are creating the life you want to be living. Make sure that you are the one in control of choosing to do the things you want to do, especially as we are, um, especially as we are talking about planning your day. One powerful thing you can do is to sit down and journal about how you want your day to actually feel. Not sit down and journal exactly frame by frame, hour by hour, what you want to be doing all day long. I want you to think about how you want your day to actually feel. Do you want it to feel like you're just following a series of checklists? Do you want it to feel like you are in the driver's seat? Or do you want everything to be just totally automated and on autopilot? What kind of day do you actually want? How do you want to feel in your day? Do you want to feel in control? Do you want to feel free? Do you want things to be simple? Do you want things to be spontaneous? Think about how you want it all to feel and what steps you need to take in your daily plan to make that happen. Build your your daily routines, your daily rhythms, um, around the day you actually want to be having. Because your life is made up of the days you're living. How you live your days is how you live your life, right? I believe that was Annie Dillard who said that. Um, how we spend our days is how we spend our lives. Yeah. I mean, that makes sense, right? Your actions build your habits, build your character. Uh, so just give it some thought as you're thinking about leaning into simplicity, leaning into your sanity, prioritizing your sanity while leaning into simplicity, right? And you're organizing your daily life out on paper and you're organizing your to do list and you're minimizing your to do list. Say no to busyness, right? Say yes to life. How are you going to work life into your daily plans? All right. And I got to tell you, get the 90-day planning journal if you don't have it. If you've never checked it out, check it out. It is in the description below. Of course, get the Get Started Guide because it's free and it's an amazing resource. Um, and also talking about resources, I have to mention November 1st through 7th, the Mama Shark Take Back Your Time collection will be open. And this is an amazing, amazing opportunity to get to know other creators like me through the bronze package, which is totally free. It's 100% free. It is a $125 value with, I believe, 35 items in it. It's an amazing, amazing collection. The bronze package, it's totally free. Um, Great collection of resources by other mom influencers and creators and time management gurus and all of that. You can also, while you're at it, check out the silver and gold packages. These ones are paid. They are $12 and $33. Um, but respectively, they're also a $445 value and a $1,093 value. This is all put together from 49 different resources from 35 different creators and contributors. And it is only available from November 1st through 7th. So check that out in the description below and have a wonderful, beautiful day. As always, I love you. Take care. I'm really glad you're here.